Good morning, folks. Neil here from Southwest Adventures. So it's another beautiful day in Southwest Trinidad, folks. Look at the skies. Beautiful blue skies with dotted white clouds. Look at it, folks. Beautiful day, man. Beautiful, beautiful day. And against the backdrop of a coconut tree, you couldn't ask for a better scenario. Alright, so this is one of my pawpaw tree right here. I think I showed it in my last video. It grew up right inside this ficus tree right here, and I just left it. And as you can see, what's what happening here? Beautiful. So this morning I want to highlight some of the benefits of having a little backyard garden. Right, so we have some plantain trees right on the side here. Now, folks, if you have a backyard, utilize the space, man. You know, I have some plantain trees right here. This is horse plantain for your information, right? Horse plantain. I actually had to secure this tree right here because you know what happened there? It was going on fall. So I linked him up right in the corner there and I had time on the window. Just in an effort to save the bunch. Now if you look carefully, you will see it's about to throw a bunch. Well, you see that? Right up in the middle there. It's about to throw a bunch of plantain. So it probably was a good thing that I secured it. So recently I planted some hot pepper. I had some tomatoes. They are all, I harvested them all. I planted some hot pepper. Look at them. They're coming up really, really good. Nice and healthy. Now, one of the problems I did encounter recently is something called root knot nematodes. Sometimes you backfill your yard with stuff and it ends up having these nematodes, which are very microscopic, and they will damage your crops. So I just want to show you guys, this is one of the tomato tree that had the disease. Look at it, folks. You see, it's like a knot on the root of the plant, right? And it kind of intercepts the nutrients and starve the plant of the rightful nutrient that it would be getting from the earth. But I recently applied something called mocap, right, to it, and I'm starting to see a little bit of results, right? So this one is kind of looking to sprout out something in a little bit. Now, folks, I did show you all how I planted the celery in this bamboo right here, right? Now if you look at it carefully, I just want to bring it a little bit out. Yeah, we have in the corner there, we have frog, buddy. You guys seen that? A big frog right there, buddy. A frog in the corner there. Anyway, this is celery I planted. I use a buttercup at the end of the bamboo, like just like this, instead of discarding it. And I planted these celery here. Look at it, folks. Right inside the bamboo. This is the bamboo right here. So I planted this celery right here inside the bamboo. I have some dry grass there to kind of mulch it. And look at it, look at the results, folks. I mean, yeah, just a simple bamboo. And I split it down the center and I plant up some stuff there, right? This is a fever grass tree. Right here in the backyard. Right. Now, mango coming into season, you know, folks. Look at that. The Julie mango tree started to have some mangoes in it. Look at it. But here we're going on. A cow come in my yard recently. I leave my gate open, and that cow, we thought a good bit of my mango that was in the low areas, by. But I spotted him kind of in time, and I was able to get him out. Yeah, look at the mangoes on them. I usually get some really nice mangoes here. You know, some really, really nice mangoes I get here. The mangoes are very high in fiber. I can remember when mango was in season as a little fella. We eating mommy food, and yeah, we eat mango, we eating whole day. We making chow, all kind of thing. If you go up in the countryside and you have plenty of mangoes, I have some pimentos in the corner here. Now I have a little thing here with pimentos. You know, this is. I just want to show you guys. You know, so this is like the tree. Again, some good pimentos here, man. Look at that. I can't tell you when last I buy pimento because I always have enough that I could sometimes even share with the neighbors, you know. But it's a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day, man. I have one again in this tire right here. I have some suckers here. This for one of my partner. They no longer tell them come for it. I know he waiting for. I tell him if they hear them suckers and them plants at the beer, he will get it again, you know. I have a few cassava tree right here. Last year I had 4 trees. I plant back 4 trees again. You know. We have some lime here coming up. Yeah. Now I think I give all of this story with this lime tree. This lime tree was about near dead. And me and Caleb started to pee on it. And what's going on here? I had to prune it now because the branches are so spreading. Yeah. Now this here is what we call pudina thyme. Now in Trinidad here we use it as one of our favorite seasoning. Well, once you're cooking any kind of meat, you must have some thyme leaf in it. But anyway, it is rich in antioxidant. It is antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory. It has properties that are good for inflammation. It improves digestion and improves skin condition. Now this is one of the leaf here, folks. And look at the size of that leaf. It's almost as big as the palm of my hand. I mean, it's kind of damaged somewhat, but it's really huge. Yeah, I didn't even notice this, but a nice pineapple right here, boy. Nice little pineapple. Cute, eh, folks? Wow, really, really nice and cute. I love pineapples, you know. Let me hear in the comments below if you love pineapple. You see a pineapple show? One of my best show. Surely one of my best show. Pineapple. I remember when Emily was small, she couldn't say pineapple, she should say paper poo. And you know, I still harass her over that, you know. Yeah, kids, they grow so fast. You know, we love them to the moon and back. We have a soursop tree right here. Nice soursop right there, man. Look at that. Soursop, the leaves are very good to fight insomnia, right? And aside from that, it has anti-cancer properties. I think you all should be aware of that. So soursop is one of them fruits you have to cherish. Trust me. This here is a wonder of the world leaf. It has medicinal value as well. All right, wonder of the world. Long time you used to put it in the copybook. You put a leaf in your copybook and it used to grow. But remember that? For those of you all who did that in your school days. Now folks, what I have here, this is a smoke herring box that I actually use to plant some saive. And guess what? This plant grew right in the middle of this saive tree here. But this is not one of the plants that you will actually consider a weed. I will tell you why. This is called purslane plant. It is considered a nutritional powerhouse. You know why? It is rich in omega-3 fatty acid, vitamins and minerals. This plant has anti-inflammatory properties which can reduce inflammation throughout the body. It can be eaten raw. You could put it in salads, stir fry it, or as a topping. It can be even added to soups, stews, and even your broth. Right, so we have a saive, well nice saive going up inside here. Right, so not everything we see in our backyard is considered grass. This is our next plant here, known by the name vervain. It makes a lovely tea that helps to fight insomnia as well. It relaxes you as it soothes the mind and it relieves stress. Now, I want to give you all a story, right? When my wife was pregnant with Emily, she had a little problem with the breast milk, the flow of the breast milk, and I want to tell you, she would have drank this same vervain, and trust me, that milk was spraying in her, folks. Believe it or not, this is my testimony of this plant. You females out there who having problem, like to get your breast milk flowing, I recommend this. Trust me, I have seen it with my own eyes. That is just my testimony, folks. Now I want to talk about reduce, reuse. We're talking about plastic here now, Now Caleb is a man like the plant. So instead of throwing away these water bottles, he planted some shadow benny in these bottles, these plastic bottles here. So instead of discarding our bottles into the environment, we could use it, man. We could use it in a nice way and plant up like you have in man, shadow benny inside here. Now, Caleb, you have here, right? The man takes some mud here from some sand here and he making little clay stuff, and look at him. This boy is easy, no? And you know what? I see the man light up the oven last night. You know he was baking them thing last night in the oven. But anyway, folks, I come down in the corner here to show all our planting tree. This planting tree actually fall along on the neighbor side. This is the fence line right here. Right? So what I did, I kinda lash it onto this tank here in an effort to save it. Right? And look at the bunch, folks. Look at the bunch of planting that I have there. Now, I have a good neighbor, so I'm sure he will be getting some of this. Don't mind it fall over on his side, but we have a good thing going. Right? It's important that you live good with your neighbors. Look at the bunch. So the angle it fell is about 45-degree angle. So what I did, I took some soil, right, and I kind of backfill it so that the root will still get some nutrients. Yeah. So I kind of bringing this video to a close now. So I'm encouraging you folks to grow a backyard garden. Once you have this space, folks, in these challenging economic times, I would recommend a backyard garden any day, anytime. Right? If it means you have to use a plant pot less like I do here, or even a barrel like this, or even Caleb how you use these plastic bottles here and thing here, by all means, I encourage anybody to grow a backyard garden, folks. So from Southwest Adventures, do have a pleasant day. Happy Easter to everyone. Love and best wishes. We heading out.